Hello there, my name's Mark from Mark's Dice Tales, and today we're going to play Mike Lambo's Battles of Medieval Britain, a solitaire war game. It's it's a book that I got off Amazon. It's about 41 pages with about 12-ish scenarios. I have to probably count that. Yeah, 12 scenarios. Today we're going to play Battle 3, the Battle of Stamford Bridge. Now, the game itself has each scenario laid out like this, so you can just play on the map in the book. I've gone the extra mile and crafted my own version, so I can use my 10mm forest dragon. And once you've digested the rules, which are just a couple of pages, say 15 pages or so with the explanations, then all you need is this reference sheet and the map and your tokens for the board. So it does give you tokens to print out, and as you can see, my map represents the map on the other side. And yeah, so he plays with print out, stick them to card units. I'm playing, this is fairly simple. This is medieval warriors, so we've got archers, we've got warriors, and we've got horsemen. The enemy units are just warriors, and they're going to be played by orcs in this game. And let's run through a game. I'll be as quick as possible. It's not really a description of the game as such. Yeah, just wanted something different out there. So I've got a turn tracker up here, turn 1, and we play to 7 turns. And my aim is to wipe out the enemy. There's going to be 6 enemy on the board to start with. We're going to randomly roll where they're going to be placed. And then on turn 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, there's going to be a random reinforcement on the board as well. And that is it. This is the Battle of Stamford Bridge in the 25th of September, 1066. King Harold of England marches his forces from London, 185 miles, in just 4 days to face a Viking invasion. He's thought to have met the enemy near a small village called Stamford Bridge, somewhere on the River Derwent. The history books show a decisive victory for King Harold. Can you do the same? So we're playing King Harold's forces here, represented by my barbarians and Bretonian archers versus orcs for my Vikings. So first of all, it says there's a blue table at the top. It says there are going to be 6 warriors. Roll 2d6 and put it the furthest hex down the map. So 2d6, we've got 4, 5, 6. We look at the table in the book and look for the lowest 6, which I think is this hill here. So it's just once you know it's dead quick to set up, and you just do that for all 6 warriors. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is this forest here, so we've got a well defended Viking. 6, 7, 8, 9. I think is opposite the bridge here. He's going for a bridge. This gap in the river here. 6, 7. Again, so the Vikings are amassing around the bridge. 2 more to go. 4, 5, 6. So there's 2 6s. So we've got 1 6 on that hill, 1 6 on this hill at the back. That'd be a pain. We have to track all the way across the board. And the last one is on number 4. And the closest number 4, there's one in the village up here, but there's also one on the hill, which is further down. There's a ford to cross the bridge, to cross the river here. And there is a bridge to cross the river there. Okay. And then we basically choose a unit. We're going to roll 3 dice. And again, there is a table in the book that tells you what you roll, what you can do. So a warrior, if I choose a warrior, I'll roll 3 dice. If I roll a 1, they can move into a shield wall. If I roll 2, 3, or 4, they can move 1 space up the board. If I roll a 5 or 6, they can attack something adjacent. Archers, they move, or attack. They don't have shield wall. And horsemen, they roll 4 dice instead of 3. They get an extra charge. If they roll 6, it means they hit on 6 pluses rather than 8 pluses. And most of this game, it's a really simple dice tricker. It's like a lunchtime game, a breakout game. The lightest game I own. I still went the extra mile to craft it. And I'm interested to know if I can use this board for any other games. And I hope the rain is not bothering you. So let's choose our first unit here. Just one of the warriors. So I'm going to roll 3 dice. So I've got a 6, a 3, and a 3. So that means I can move twice and I can attack. So 1, 2, I can get to the bridge, and I can't do anything with the attack, so I just stop. Also there was a table that said how many warriors, how many archers, how many horsemen I take. So 4 warriors, 1 archer, 1 horseman. Let's choose another unit. So I'm just going to do the archer. So 3 dice. So 5 for the archer is an attack, and a 2 is a move. So I'm going to move him onto the hill. And now I can attack twice because I've rolled 2 5s. So I'm going to roll 2 dice to attack. And I'm going to shoot the Viking in the forest over. Now, so we look at the terrain situation. So I need an 8+. But if the defending unit is in woods or buildings, it's +1, so I need a 9. The defending unit is in a shield wall, no. Attacking from higher ground, -1. So my 9 goes back down to an 8. So I need an 8 on 2 dice. 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's a hit, they're taken out. I've taken out 1 Viking warrior. I've got another attack, 1, 2, 3. And it's a range of 3, so I can go for the other Viking orc here. And this time I'm going to need a 7. Because I'm on higher ground and he's not in any cover at all. 6, 7, 8, 9. And I believe that is another one taken out. That simple of a game. So roll 3 dice to choose what your actions are. Roll 2 dice when you're attacking. And there is an extra rules for terrain. And if I had a unit that could also attack that unit, that would also bring down, that would be supporting, so it'll bring down the value that I needed. And I just go through and activate all my men. So this warrior at the back, a 2 to move, and the other 2 are attack, so he can't do anything else. This warrior at the back, I don't know if you can see the dice I'm rolling here. There we go. 4, 4. 4 is a move, so 1, 2. And 5 is an attack, he can't do anything. This warrior here, 3 dice. So 2 attacks, 1 move. Now the horseman rolls 4 dice. And he attacks on a 5 or a 6. So anything else is a move for him. So 3 moves. Can he get across? 1, 2, 3. So I can't stop on there. 1, 2, 3. Literally, I think we're just going to go for the bridge here. Ignoring the ford this time round. I was wondering whether I'd need to send men up the ford, but I mean, I might bottleneck. That's it. End of turn 1. Now, if any of my men were in range 1 of any of the Vikings would attack each unit within range 1. But there's not, so we're just going to move on to turn 2. And at the start of turn 2, we bring on a reinforcements. So there is a table in the book for reinforcements. Roll 1d6, the matching hex furthest up the board. So 1d6, number 6, the furthest up the board is... right, in this situation, these are the 2 6s, these 2 hills. So I think we got lucky there and we don't bring on a reinforcement. I don't think you roll again, you just got lucky. So that's great news for me. The less people I have to kill. So I'm tempted to get my horseman in first. So I'm going to roll 4 dice for the horseman. And he's got all moves. So he can move 4 spaces. That's interesting. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. And he doesn't engage. So I think you'd normally get stuck once you're next to a unit. But horsemen don't have to. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move into this one. Over the hill and far away. So he's engaged with those 2. He didn't roll an attack. That's the end of his turn. So now let's roll our warrior up front. So just 3 dice. We've got a 6, a 2, and a 1. So that is a move, a shield wall, and attack. So I can move, I can attack, and then I can go into a shield wall, which is more defensive, which gives me +2. When they're attacking, they need an 8. I have +2 to that, so I need 8, 9, 10. But let's use the attack dice first of all. So I'm going to attack. So I need an 8 to hit him. That's going to go down to a 7 because the horses are also supporting me, the horsemen. So 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a hit, and we can take them off. And if I wanted, I can now go into a shield wall. And it's not necessary because there's no one around to attack me. But I'll just show you how I'll dictate that if, for instance, there was an enemy nearby. Oh, this cough is going to kill me. So we've moved the horseman, we've moved the warrior. Right, now this is a bottleneck situation. I'm going to need to roll I'm going to need to roll 3 moves to try and get through this bottleneck. Yeah, let's try the warrior at the front. So 1 is a shield wall. So he's got 2 moves, which is annoying. So he can't get through the bottleneck. Let's do the archer down here and maybe get him over the ford. So 4 is an attack for an archer, so I've got 2 moves. So I'm going to go 1, 2 into the forest, which is quite nice and defensive for the archer. The warrior behind him is going to go for the ford as well. 2 attacks and a move, so he can just move onto the hill. And the warrior here is my last one to move in turn 2. And we've got move, 3. Ah, is that brilliant? Is that what I needed? Fantastic, yeah. So he's a fast one. Nice and refreshed. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to this side. I didn't want to put him directly in front because he would be attacked by that Viking. So now that is the end of turn 2. So the Vikings are going to attack. The only one that can attack my horseman. So he's going to need an 8 plus to... I know he's going to need a 7 plus because he's on a hill. 5, 6, 7. I think that's it. I've lost my horseman. At least they got a support in, and I've only got 3 to kill. So we move on to turn 3. Unfortunately, I lost my horseman there. And at the start of turn 3, you just look at the turn tracker. So 3 says R1. So that's telling me to bring on another Viking warrior. So roll 1d6. Number 3. We look for a 3 on the table. And that is this forest or this. That one's furthest away because the reinforcements are coming on from further back this time. And that is it. Okay. Let's see, and then we start turn 3. So I'm still in the shield wall at the moment there. I'm going to have to move, so we'll come out of it. I think the best thing to do would be get the archers. 1, 2, 3. So this archer can hit those 2, but if we get him closer, he will be able to support the other warriors if they move up. So I'm going to move the archer first of all. 1 and 3 and an attack. So 1. I don't think I want to move again because I can hit everyone from there. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack the one on the hill because that's probably the most dangerous one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Needed 8 plus. Taken off the board. Do I need 9 plus? Attacking a unit attacking into higher ground than its own. +1. Yeah, so I would have needed 9. I think I got 10. So no issue there. We've taken him out with archers. We don't need to move again. And he, even though he's activated, he will still be supporting if I'm attacking anyone else within range 3 of him. Okay, let's move some other warriors. So I'm going to move my leader type warrior here. No such thing as leaders, but well, I think there are leaders in other scenarios, but in this case, she's just another warrior. Oh no, I can't even move. She can either do shield wall or attack. It's not going to help her, so she'll just stay where she is. We'll do the one warrior at the back, see how far he can get up. We've got, again, 3 moves. A nice fast one from the back. He's had a breather, so he can come up and support. 1, 2, 3 up to the hill. So tactic here is if I get him in to here, he will have support from the one on the hill. And the one on the hill will be better defended versus an attack back. Let's get the one up from the back just to get him out of the way. Again, 3 moves. So over the ford, 2 into the thick forest. And then finally, we've just got the warrior in the middle who's going to try and engage one of these guys. I've got 2 choices here. I can either go here and attack the one on the hill with only support from the archers. Go here. If I get a move and 2 attacks, I might be able to take 2 out and be supported from the archers and the Viking on the hill. Let's see what we roll. We have 2 moves and 4. Oh, we've got 3 moves. That's no good. Do I move up? I really needed a 5 or a 6 there. I don't think there's any reroll in this game. The next game in the series, or English Civil Wars, where there's muskets and cannons, there is a reroll mechanic. So do I want to move up and risk getting attacked? I think I'm going to stay where I am. I'm not going to do anything with that. So that means turn 3 is over for me. So the Vikings are going to attack. They're attacking uphill, so they're going to need a 9. So they're going to need a 9. Well, 2 dice, and they're going to need a 9. So they miss. So our troops have defended themselves. So warrior versus warrior clashing. And we can move on to turn 4. Turn 4. So turn 4 on the turn tracker is bring on another reinforcement. So roll a d6, find out where it's going to come on. Number 3. Oh, some sneaky Vikings coming to flank us in the back. So we got, this is a 3, and this is the next one that is the 3. And then it's our turn. Right. So let's get the warrior at the back. Yeah, let's get the warrior at the back. So we've got a move, and an attack. So that's all we needed. So we're going to move up this hill. We've lost shield wall, and we're going to attack. Now our attack, we roll 2 dice to attack. So we need 8+. We're attacking from a hill, from higher ground to a target. So it's going to be 7. We're supported by the other one on the hill, going down to a 6, and we're supported by the archer. We're going to need 5+ for this. So we roll a 6. We've taken him out. So they tried to sneak up on us, but we caught them. Then maybe it was a trap from King Harold there. Well done, King Harold, for holding that warrior unit back. Right. Next. Let's try this one in the middle. Let's get him up and see if he can do any damage to these 2 on the hill. So we've got a move and 2 attacks, which is perfect. A move, so that's a 3, and then we've got 2 attacks here, a 5 and a 6. So our first attack is going to go for the weaker one in the forest. So we're going to need an 8 going up to a 9 because he's in the forest. Going back down to an 8 because he's supported. Going down to a 7 because we're supported by the archers. 3, 4, 5. So I said I needed 7. So we failed to root the Vikings in the forest. Now what we're going to need for this one. So we're going to need an 8. That's going up to a 9 because he's on a hill. Going back down to an 8 because we're supported by the archers. So 8, 6, 7. Oh, unfortunate. Right. So that warrior unit is in a precarious position. He's going to be attacked by both those units. I mean, this unit can still act and try and take out the one in the forest. I think that is going to be our next move. So we've got move, shield wall, and attack. So let's go straight into an attack. 10, supported as well. We've rooted him. And did we have, I think we said move, attack, and shield wall. So I can move into here and we can shield wall up because this Viking will attack us. And we've got one last unit. I think I did do the archers first, didn't I? I mean, I could use tokens to say I've moved them, but I think it's light enough with few units. Right, this is a forest on a hill. This one slightly raised, and we're going to try and move into here. So we've got a move and a shield wall. I'm going to take that. I'm going to move up. And where have we got another token for a shield wall here? I think being on a hill, in a forest, in a shield wall is where you want to be all day, every day. And then, yeah, did I use the archers earlier on? I'd have to look back at the video now to find out. I think we did this attack. I can't remember. I don't think we've used the archers. I'm going to roll the archers. We've got an attack and 2 moves. So let's do an attack against the guy on the hill. So 8 going up to 9. I don't think the intervening forest does anything. So do correct me if I'm wrong, Mike Lambo or anyone else watching these videos. But so 8 going to 9, going back down to 8, going back down to 7 for being supported, going to 6 because he's supported by 3 units. This Viking on a hill is being attacked by 3/4 and being pummeled by arrows. So 7, 6, 7, 8. He's taken him out. So at the end of turn 4, we've got one Viking who's going to attack my very defensive warriors in a hill, in a forest, in a shield wall. So he's going to need 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Double sixes. Nope. Not a chance. Turn 5. This is probably the best game. It's not always this easy. I've played the first 2 scenarios, which I lost the first time each time. And then it took me two turns to beat the second scenario. This is my first time playing this scenario at all. And it's going very well for me. I mean, it does say King Harold did win, but the dice can screw you sometimes. I've had games where I've just not moved up the board. Right, turn 5. So turn 5, we bring on another reinforcement. So the furthest up the board, we got a Viking coming on at the village of Stamford at the top there. Turn 5, and we've only got 7 turns to do this, so we've got 2 units to route. And that is it. That's us acting in turn 5 now. Yeah, we're a bit split up, and they've done the classic split on us, haven't they? How are we going to do this? I'm going to risk this warrior going straight into him, only being supported by the archers. So 3 dice. Let's see what he can do. He's got shield wall. He's got move. He's got move. He does not want to move out from his position. So we're going to need another warrior to come up the hill and help him. So let's go the one at the back there. And that's a very aggressive warrior. This is where the dice screw you. He's got attack, attack, attack. And he's got no one to attack. Right. We'll try this other warrior unit. Oh my gosh. Attack, attack, attack. They've gone into bloodlust. They're just murdering the warriors on the floor. Oh my god. So that was a 5. Right, so it's down to the archers to try and take out the one on the hill. Right, we've got 1 attack from the archers. And then 2 moves, which could, position me to get into range or something. Right, let's do the attack of the archers. So needing 8s, needing 9s, going back down to 8s. 4, 5, 6, 7, we've missed with the archers, but we're going to move up with our move. So that's this clump done in turn 5. And this warrior at the back, see, she can head into Stamford and root out those Vikings. Shield wall, she wants to defend, and 1 move forward. Okay, turn 6. It could be a Viking win here. So again, a reinforcement turns up to the board. Number 5. We've got another one coming on. So I think I lost the shield walls because I tried to move here. And let's see what's going on next. It's our turn now. Can we do better? We've got a bit more to take out. I think we're going to go for the same order as before. We're going to try this warrior being supported by the archers. So we're on the same level because we're on a hill, but I'm in a forest. I don't think that matters. So it's going to be an 8 going down to a 7. 6, 7, 8. So we've taken him out. Oh, did I roll what up? I've got to roll what my actions are. I've got to roll an attack. So yes, attack, attack, and move. And with that... So attack, move, and I can attack again. So we know we've wiped out that one. Let's attack the other one with supports. This is attacking from high ground. So 8 going down to a 7. Supported going down to a 6. Supported from the archers going down to a 5. 5, 6, 7. We've taken them out. Well done. That's what we needed to see last turn. So we've activated 1 unit. So we've got these 4 left. And we're chasing down this little Viking here. So, as I say, I'm aiming for 30 minutes here. It's a lunch break type game. And I did do a bit of explanation. Who's going to go? I'm going to try this warrior units. Leader maybe can get around here for support. We've got move, move, and attack. So 1, 2. And let's do our attack. 6, 7. Needed 9 because he's in a village. I'm in a village. I need to pimp up that terrain to make it look more like a village, but we'll get to that one day. Let's do the archers at the back because then he can support. We're going to need some moves. Okay, brilliant. 1, 2, 3. The archer's going to move, so he's now supporting. Let's get a warrior up, and hopefully with support and the archers, we're going to wipe him out. We've got 2 moves. We're going to need an attack. Yes, brilliant. One move. Let's say 2 moves, so he's... it doesn't really matter. Let's do the attack now. So needing 8s, needing 9s, going down to 8s again, going down to 7s from the archer support. 5, 6, 7. Phew. That is a win on turn 7. Quite lucky there. I find it does go down to the final dice roll sometimes. And that is it. So that's Mike Lambo's solo war games. As I say, there's 12 scenarios. They're all on these 7x7 tile maps. I just went to the craft shop to buy some. I think these are 25mm hexes. Glued them together. Some of them are singles. The board itself is a flat one. Some of my hills I've made for other scenarios are glued together. And yeah, you can. Let's see the back of the book. I think there is a sheet. Somewhere there is a sheet of... I'll just have a quick flick through before we end the video. I'm sure there is a sheet that you can print out and just use as, you know, you don't need to go as fancy as me. No, we're not finding it. We're not finding it. Maybe just a quick roll off. So we've got what did we just play? The Battle of Stamford Bridge, Battle of Hastings next, Battle of the Standard, Battle of Lewes, Evesham, Orwin Bridge, Stirling Bridge, Falkirk, Bannockburn, and Shrewsbury. And I think there's sort of 3 units in the game. It's archers, warriors, spearmen, horsemen. I don't think you go into anything bigger than that. And I think there's also king units in some... There are knights as well as horsemen, so slightly upgraded. So I'm covered with my 3D printed forest dragon. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to do something different and show off Mike Lambo's games. Once I printed out some musketmen, so I'm thinking of either going down Dark Elves or Empire with muskets, or Dwarves and Evil Dwarf with muskets to try and do an English Civil War. The English Civil War map is slightly bigger. I think it's 8 tiles by 8. So I might need to increase this map or build another board. And in this game, the enemy are static. They just reappear when you bring on reinforcements. In the next game book, the English Civil War, it's a bit more of a war game. The enemy will come towards you and they will seek out certain units and tactics. But they're both you know, quite like light dice chuckers. Yeah, that's it. Mark's Dice Tales, showing off Mike Lambo's solo wargame books. And these are all purchasable from Amazon. I think you can get them in PDF format as well. I think. Don't quote me on that one. And he does sci-fi, he does tanks, he does Napoleonics. And I think he's got a fantasy one coming, and he does guerrilla warfare in the jungle. I've just got the medieval one and the Civil War one for now, but I have got my eye on some of the others. He does great tutorials, and he does great sort of summaries of how his books play out. So yeah, Mark's Dice Tales signing off. Mike Lambo,